I wonder if you can remember what you posted on social media 5 years ago. Well, the United States wants to know. A new proposal from the White House will require tourists from dozens of countries to submit 5 years' worth of their social media history as a condition of entry to the United States. Critics say the underlying intention is to monitor and restrict travelers to the US who are not aligned with the ideology of the Trump administration. The US is a destination for millions of tourists every year, many of whom don't need a visa, instead filling in an online waiver form. But correspondents say that the Trump administration's proposals could make coming to America a far more arduous process. Well, for more on this, I'm joined now on the line from London by the author and international affairs analyst, Dr. Marek Laskiewicz. Good to see you, Dr. Laskiewicz. And we have a lot of European travelers going to America as tourists. Not sure if you're one of them, but what do you make of this proposal that would require tourists from dozens of countries to submit 5 years' worth of their social media history as a condition of entry to the US?
Well, it's quite appalling, isn't it? It implies that a foreign state, because that's, of course, what USA is for tourists, has the right to know everything you do. Many people will find this offensive. Some will find it onerous. But for a fair amount of people, they just won't come. If I had to submit 5 years of social history, then I can't see the point of going, since today I can visit it all online anyway. And I suspect that it will reduce the number of tourists coming to the USA, which is quite possibly Donald Trump's intention. He doesn't like migrants, that's quite clear, and he seems to be xenophobic in his way, to put it politely. And so therefore I would imagine fewer tourists, which will be in line with his views.
And in addition, I mean, there's also a proposal for applicants to supply phone numbers and email addresses for up to the last 10 years, as well as family members' names and potentially even biometrics, photos and fingerprints. I mean, is all this about safety, as Mr. Trump says it is, or is the underlying intention to monitor and restrict travelers to the US who are essentially not aligned with the ideology of the Trump administration?
Essentially, it is the latter, is it not? There's no doubt about it that is nothing to do with safety. Safety is an excuse. Security is always a good excuse for a massacre, and in this case, it's a good excuse for, of course, simply monitoring people. One of the amusing aspects of this is, of course, that the very people they're trying to monitor from a security aspect, like terrorists or drug dealers, have ways of going around this. There are false numbers, there are false identities, and therefore it won't actually help security that much. But for the average person, it will be a question whether to submit all these details. It'll also be a question whether they have the time and the energy to do so. And it is, at the end of the day, a way of building up data upon other people in other countries, which is the goal. Please note, the existence of other telephone numbers is very important, because you build up a pattern throughout the whole world of who is in contact with whom. And that is very dangerous. It would be, were Donald Trump more powerful, seen to be the precursor of a totalitarian state.
Indeed. And all this is, of course, coming ahead of a bumper year for travel to America, which is co-hosting the 2026 World Cup. So those who wish to attend have to be prepared for far more invasive checks than now, and much more sort of added scrutiny in crossing America's borders. Is that likely to put many football fans off?
Yes, because they always have a choice, do they not, of watching the whole thing on television or via the telephones or some sort of media, including social media. So therefore, it would be seen very likely that as a result, some people will be put off and will not come to the USA. So I doubt we'll be a bumper tourist here.
Dr. Laskiewicz, thank you very much indeed. Brief but to the point. Dr. Marek Laskiewicz is the author and international affairs analyst. He was talking to me on the line there from London.